Hey, y'all see this? I'm about to do a nice recipe. You see that? Y'all ready? Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Hello, hello, hello. Have you been looking for me? Well, guess what? You found me in the kitchen with Angeles. It's Creole Roots. You know I'm in the house today. What's today? Saturday or Sunday. You know it. All things New Orleans. I'm bringing my kitchen to you. So I'm out here in Austin with my nieces. Come over here, Nikki. I done took over her kitchen. This is a kitchen takeover. Yes, what I'm doing today is for a birthday party. Say hi, Nikki, to the people. Yes, so we're doing stuffed chicken breasts. If you can see that, I'm doing stuffed chicken breasts today. All things New Orleans. You're in a Creole kitchen, of course. I am going to stuff my chicken breast with roasted fire tomatoes mixed with a little tomatoes with chilies. And then I have some good old Holy Trinity, of course. You know you got to add that in there, right? Got to have that in there, okay? And then we're going to be stuffing it with spinach. So I already pre-drained my spinach. And we're in the kitchen getting things done today, okay? I'm going to be doing a simple little recipe. Let me get a spoon. It's simple, it's easy, and I think you guys will love it. I'm mixing tomatoes, stewed, roasted tomatoes, as well as a little fire in there. I did some chili. So I'm gonna show you what I used. So these right here are the two I used. And you can get them in any store that's gonna bring out the flavor in the chicken breast. I'm gonna go ahead and stuff them, okay? So I'm just going ahead and I'm adding my spinach and my tomatoes and onion, bell pepper, and celery together. Okay, so that is a good to go deal right there. I also have some cream cheese. You let your cream cheese sit out. Of course, you have to let it sit out. I let it sit out overnight because I need it to be easy to stir, you know, in. All right, so that's my cream cheese. I just want to get it all blended together. And I'm going to be adding some Parmesan cheese once I finish stirring this up. And this is quite a bit because I'm trying to serve at least 10 to 15 people. I have 2 pans of chicken breast that I'm going to get stirred in. I'm going to be adding some cheeses in here. So you saw I had my spinach. It was drained. I drained it for a couple of hours on yesterday. You know I like to meal prep. So that's a part of my thing that I do. This is mozzarella cheese here, okay? I have the mozzarella cheese, and then I'm going to use the rest of Monterey Jack cheese in here. And then I'm going to be adding some grated Parmesan cheese, of course. And this makes everything taste good. You know what I'm saying? It really does. It makes everything taste good. Spinach doesn't have a lot of salt. So I'm going to be adding my Tony Saturated Creole seasoning as well. I'm going to add some paprika. You know every time I use seasoning, what happened? But that's okay. I have some ground coriander too. And there's the sneeze. Told you. You know it. If you're on my channel, you know what happens. So that's a natural reflex. Nothing I could do. And then I'm going to add some cayenne pepper. And this is always about 1/8 of a teaspoon, okay? So I have all my cheeses blended in here. This is going to be really good. I wanted to add artichoke, you guys, but I couldn't. Because, you know, kids, they don't like nothing. So this is a nice meal for anyone who's trying to have a decent party. And all you have to do is mix this together. I've been trying to meal prep for the weekend because the party is tonight. So all I have to do is prep everything. I'm gonna stuff the chickens. We're gonna keep them in the fridge, marinating in its own seasonings and stuff until it's time to put everything in the oven. So I'm gonna come before you later on today when we're at the other location to the party, and we're gonna get things set up and you'll get to see everything. Right now I'm just adding all of my ingredients together. Spinach is so good with chicken, and when you add tomatoes and cheese, that's everything. So just making sure everything's blended well together. I'm gonna be stuffing these. I'm gonna have some little hors d'oeuvres you guys are gonna see. So I'm making sure everything's all blended together really well so I can start stuffing each individual chicken breast. So I'm gonna let you see this in just a moment. And I'm gonna taste a little bit of it, okay? So I'll be right back. Just wanna taste just a little bit. To see what it tastes like, okay? So see if I need to add a little more seasoning and whatnot. That's perfect. We don't need none. That's everything, you guys. It is delicious. See, you can always be light on seasoning, taste it, then if you need to add more, then you add more. You don't start off with a grand amount. You have to taste it first. This is excellent. I really wanted some artichokes in here, but they're not ready yet for that. This is delicious though. And once it bakes in the oven, inside the breast, I'm using chicken breast, you guys. You don't cook chicken breast overload. You cook it on 400 for 20 to 25 minutes. Then after it's done, you can go ahead and hit it with a broiler just to give it a nice color. But you never overcook your chicken breast. That's why people don't like chicken, because chicken breast is because it could become dry because it's white meat. So the trick to that is how you cook it and on what temperature you cook it, okay? So this is excellent, you guys. I'm gonna start stuffing these breasts. But first I'm gonna go ahead and start. Someone's trying to call me, but I'm gonna ignore it. I'm gonna show you how I cut the breast, okay? So I took one of these breasts, and you take and you slide the knife. You have to make sure your knife is sharp. You slide the knife down the breast, and you're opening it up. You're not going all the way through. You're just going open it up just enough, see, to give it a little lip, and then you stuff it. But before I stuff it, I'm gonna go ahead and add a little seasoning to each one, okay? So we're not gonna overdo it. So this one's another one that I didn't finish. I wanted you guys to see how I cut it. So it's very easy, very simple, very delicious meal, okay? So I'm gonna go down the center of this a little bit more. And it's okay if it oozes out, you know, it's okay. So each one of them, they're individual. So I did 2 different sizes because some people might not eat a lot. And then some people, like my son and my nephew, they need the bigger cut, okay? So I opened up each one, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start seasoning it a little bit. I'm not going to overwhelm it with seasoning. So I'm going to put it in my hand so you don't have to be too generous, but be good enough to the food. And just sprinkle it because you want to have flavor through and through. So you just open them up and you sprinkle. Be sweet to it, you know? So that's all I'm doing. You want to have that flavor in each one, okay? All right, so every one of them, I'm going to go through them and season the insides and the outside. Okay, do it again. Unless some of it get away from me, but you know, I'm gonna get it. So there you have it. Just a little sprinkle, like I said, then we'll sprinkle the outside, okay? So some are gonna be quarter halves and some are gonna be whole halves, but it's gonna have some in there, okay? So I'm gonna open the rest of these up and get them seasoned. Just a little bit, you don't need a lot. This one needs some. I'm just going throughout and doing each individual one. And for me, I don't eat a lot, so it's good to cut some in half because you gotta go with what everybody's palate is like, or you know, some people just don't overdo it ever. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and sprinkle each one, and then I'm gonna start stuffing them, okay? So I'll use my fingers, it doesn't matter. So you just take and you stuff the chicken, and I'm gonna show you each one, and you fold it over. So if you can see that, see how it is? That's beautiful, and I like that. You can even bread the outside, but my whole family, we're trying to be healthy, you know? We're trying to be healthier, so we really don't want any extra carbs that's not needed, only healthy carbs. We're all trying to stay healthy. So this will do it right here. So you stuff each individual one. And you just fold it over, okay? So each chicken breast is gonna get a good sizable amount, and I'm gonna still go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of the seasoning on the outside of each one as well. And this is just enough that I'm gonna be able to get every one of these stuffed, okay? Just fold it over. Just stuff it inside the breast part, you know, the breastplate. So each one is done. You see that? Isn't that beautiful already? And it's not even cooked, you guys. So I'm gonna place that one to the side, and then I'm gonna start the process with this one, okay? So we have the halves over here, and we got some whole pieces as well. So this is gonna go in the oven for 20 minutes on 400. Then I'm gonna brown the outside. It's gonna be real delicious, you guys. Just open up that little kangaroo pocket you made and stuff that meat. Get some more, and you can take the rest of this and you can do some other stuff with it. Put it in a pan, add some other little ingredients to it, shrimp, like I said, crawfish. This is easy peasy, okay? And I'm just stuffing each one. I wanted a little overstuffed so it could be pretty, you know, oozing out. Okay, so I've got another one right here. And this is cream cheese, fire roasted tomatoes, stewed. We have 3 different types of cheeses in here. This is gonna be wonderful. I guarantee you it's gonna be good. I love to make dishes. This is my thing. I get happy when I'm excited. You can tell. I love to cook. That's my thing. I love it, love it, love it. So I got everything. I gotta do this one more. Just stuff it. And then we're gonna go ahead and there you have it. So I have all of my breasts stuffed. They're really pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna season the outside of them. Let me get my hands cleaned up and I'm gonna season the outside of each one. So I'm gonna go ahead and take and season the outside of each lightly. Remember what I said, lightly. You don't have to overdo it, okay? And the base of it is going to be chicken broth. So I have it all seasoned up, you guys. This is beautiful. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. I know you just, it's mouth-watering. It's not even cooked yet, it's mouth-watering. This is almost a finished product. So there you have it. It took me a few minutes to show you how to stuff a chicken breast and what you can use to stuff the chicken breast. And you can also drizzle it with olive oil. Just as so, like that. Drizzle each piece with olive oil. And then after you drizzle it, I have some nieces up in here. If you hear something in the background, they don't know how to be quiet. So y'all know how my family is. You know, my grandchildren with me, they're all over the place. So ignore them. I'll beat them up after my show. Don't worry about it. So I'm just going over it with olive oil. And then after the olive oil, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap them up and we're gonna let them marinate. They're gonna marinate for a couple of hours until we're ready to put it in the stove. This is In the Kitchen with Angela, your Creole Roots girl. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and my YouTube channel. Go ahead, subscribe to my channel. You can like, comment, invite others, click the bell to be notified for what I'm doing in my kitchen. This is Saturday, Sunday meal prep. I enjoy it, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me here on my channel. You have a blessed day. Bye.